All right, well, we are calling from the four corners, or the three corners of the world. I'm in Leavenworth. Andrew, where are you?
Mercer Island.
Travis.
I'm in Sammamish.
The three
And
corners of the known world there.
of the known world. And we have some exciting things to talk about today, which is the fact that the Stritmatter firm, for the first time in a long time, is adding on some new partners. And that would be Travis and Andrew. We are very excited about this. We would really like to announce it. However, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and so our options are limited. We would like to take a picture and circulate a picture and an announcement, put it in a bulletin, but the photographers can't take pictures. No photos allowed. So we just thought we'd like to get the word out sooner than later of this exciting move forward in our law firm. And just as a way of background, Stritmatter, Kessler, Kohler, Moore was started decades ago by Paul Stritmatter's father after he came back from the war, and then Paul joined him as a young attorney, and then Keith joined them, and then Brad, Ray, Garth, and then merged with people mostly who came from Schrader Goldmark, led by Paul Whalen, with Kevin Coluccio and Mike Withy, and added many other colorful personalities on the way. But by 2020, also known as 2020,
Thank you.
We are and have been for the last couple of years after Mr. Whalen died. It's been Paul Stritmatter, Keith Kessler, myself, Brad Moore, and Ray Kaler are the partners of the law firm, and we have added Travis Jameson, who joined us. Travis, when did you join us? In 2000 and yeah, 8 years ago from Nevada, Las Vegas in particular, and Andrew Ackley, who. Andrew, you were born 12 years ago, right? No.
Knee slapper. You can't see it, but I'm slapping my knee right now. I came back in 2015.
Right. And Andrew actually worked for the firm first as a law clerk.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, and when was that? That was
2008,
wow.
2009.
2008, 2009. I was just I was president of WSAJ at the point, which was still WSTLA. So we thought a nice way to introduce Travis and Andrew would be to do it by this little Zoom broadcast. And you guys are up for it?
Yes.
All right. Well, Travis, how do you feel about the law firm and becoming a partner in the law firm?
You know, again, I think it's a wonderful opportunity to work in an environment where you are working with people that you deeply respect and admire, and able to perform work that has real meaning and touches lives of people. And, you know, to become accepted as a full partner just kind of fills one with pride in being able to join the ranks of those that you deeply admire and respect and worked alongside. So very appreciative of everybody.
And Andrew, same question.
Well, 10 or 11 years ago, I was getting ready to start my first job as an associate, and I had the swine flu. Fast forward 10 or 11 years, and I don't have the coronavirus, thankfully, but we're all sitting at home, and I've become a partner, and I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to work with Karen and Brad and Ray and Paul and Keith. It's not something that I've even processed yet, mostly because I'm wearing sweatpants every day and I can't even go outside. So that's kind of a weird feeling, but there's a lot of sense of pride. And honestly, the sense of pride in part is the marvelous team at the firm that you guys have created. It's just highest quality talent, and including and especially the staff that I've ever seen in a law firm, and it's really cool. So I'm super excited to brush my teeth at a normal hour and actually get out there and lawyer. But yeah, I'm feeling very grateful for a lot of reasons right now.
So even though you haven't been a partner the whole time you've been at the firm, you have been a member of the firm. And I thought it'd be fun to just kind of tell people like what the firm is like. Like how do we function as a firm? I mean, are the partners are we icons that you worship who are up on a pedestal and we have special powers and privileges that we lord over you and boss you around and tell you what to do? Um, Not to be a leading question, give us some examples of what it's like to work in a law firm like this.
It's okay. Travis is a hostile witness, so you can ask leading questions.
Go ahead and take the first swing at that one, Andrew.
I deserve that. No, you guys, it's the first thing that struck me is how collegial an atmosphere it is, and how everybody's opinion and insight is valued, including the babyest of lawyers. Obviously, people have different input, but everybody's listened to openly, and it's just a very egalitarian, totally fair. I mean, I've never seen associate members treated the way that this firm has done it. So, yeah, it in some ways becoming a partner is I mean, it's not a huge difference as far as the day to day, because of how fairly everybody is treated. Yeah.
That's fairly accurate. I would agree with that.
Well, what do your kids have to say about this?
Start with you, Travis.
Yeah, I haven't told mine yet. So,
What? Why?
well, I figured we'd wait till we made the public announcement. I told you my oldest daughter, Kennedy, wants to go to law school and wants to practice law. So I've
That's
begun
awesome.
to kind of take her to work, and she is actually going to sit in on the deposition. She went to a site inspection on a case that we're handling. So I'll tell them, I think probably next week when they come over, but I wanted to wait until we made sort of the public announcement before I went ahead and told family.
One of the things that really just touched me so deeply was that during the duck trial, you brought your two children, both in elementary school still, right?
Right.
To court one day for a visit, and Judge Catherine Schaefer was introduced to them and had them come up to the giant platform, because we were in the presiding courtroom, and she just was so sweet and had them sit up there with her and take some pictures, and it just brought me personally so much joy, because I could my own kids went through those moments with judges, and just to see your children how tickled they were, it was really special. So
Judge Schaefer was incredibly gracious, and that made a huge impression. And really, some with work and some after that, I think that sort of maybe have been the tipping point when she decided what she wants to do. So I'll forever be very appreciative to you and Judge Schaefer for allowing that opportunity.
Well, I didn't do anything, but all right, Andrew.
What, have my kids found out yet?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll tell them. My kid, the oldest is 6. Okay, so or just 6 tomorrow. So as far as they're concerned, there's either Andrew in the basement working or everything else. And I mean, I'll try. I'll give it a good shot. I'm sure. I try to make them. I try to make sure they understand all the reasons that they need to be grateful for the things they have. But other than that, yeah, I'll do my best to explain it to them. Ziggy's still going to boss me around. I mean, there's.
Yeah. So this firm has had this long exalted tradition, and it's changed over the years, because of course we initially were managed by Stritmatter and Wayland, the Pauls we used to call them, and such excellence in a almost professorial type of way. Both of them fantastic trial lawyers, brilliant in their fields, that we would pretty much all to bow to them constantly, because they're just such iconic figures. And then we've changed and moved forward to Brad and I, less iconic figures, way more, I think way more get our arms dirty in the law firm. You know, our sleeves are rolled up. We're way more detail oriented in terms of wanting to know every single little thing about the law firm and how it's going and fixing it and making sure it's happy. How do you see how do you see your own growth changing a little bit as you become a partner in a law firm? What does that feel like for people, especially young attorneys that are thinking, you know, everyone thinks in their mind, well, I want to be a partner, but why? Why? What do you think is going to happen? It's a loaded question.
Travis?
I was just thinking back to how you should explain to your 6-year-old that Daddy is now a partner of Arendelle.
Of Arendelle, yeah. That would make, actually, you know what? I need to come up with a metaphor because that's the only way it's going to make sense. That, like, yeah, I need like yeah, okay, I'll figure it out. That's a really good suggestion.
That's a great question. And frankly, you've already kind of talked a little bit about it. I don't think from a day-to-day perspective that there's going to be much different. I think it's more amount of sort of the internal pride that you have in an excellence in your work and a drive to become part of and carry on such an amazing tradition. And, you know, Andrew will speak to him, but we both very much look forward to digging up our sleeves and pressing forward and doing our part to help carry on such a wonderful long tradition that this firm has had.
Rolling up our sleeves and digging in. I always get my metaphors mixed up, and I like that because it shows that we're not, but digging up my sleeves could be a little difficult.
That might be a different situation.
Yeah.
All right, one final question.
Okay.
All right, so there's not always love, peace, and harmony in any family, let alone a law family, right? But, and this is a leading question, don't you think that we kind of come close to that? We kind of come close to being a pretty loving family. I hate to say it.
I hate to say it. Karen loves the drama. She
I do
hates
love
to say it. I think you come as close as you possibly can. I mean, there's what, 30 people in this firm, 30 plus, and I mean that's a lot of personalities. And in case anybody didn't know, there are strong personalities in this law firm. And it's, yeah, I mean, I think you guys really do as best you possibly can for that many different people's needs, you know, whether it be concern over the coronavirus and, you know, work limitations or you know, anything else. You guys do a tremendous job. In my book, you're honorary millennials, you and Brad both. So that's my answer.
Wow, what a rough way to end an interview.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a good one. Okay, what fun things do you guys have in store for us as you grow into your partner years? Do you have any fun things that are in the projects?
Travis, trip to Vegas?
Oh,
No, I meant that's going to make the world a better place. Any fun things that are going to make the world a better place?
I'd like to see lots of good volunteering and support for non-legal organizations. I think that's something that I do a lot of, and I don't know if we're going to mandate it, you know, because everybody has different abilities, but I'd like to encourage people to contribute.
No, we will not mandate it. It's not going to be like civics requirement in high school, but showing yourself to be the true millennial that you are.
Yes.
Are you a millennial?
Technically, I'm like an old millennial, yeah.
Okay, old millennial.
Yeah.
All right, Travis?
The one thing that I'm going to insist on eventually is the slow phasing out of the Kohler circle, which those who may actually watch this are getting a small taste of, which is the horrendous tradition of Karen sitting everyone around a circle in the firm and then having each person go around and admit something embarrassing about themselves.
I've learned so much. I love that. That's my favorite. We're way overdue. We're going to have a coronavirus edition of that. What's the most embarrassing thing you did during the coronavirus? Well, I care about you guys both deeply. It's been so wonderful to have you in the law firm. And on behalf of the entire law firm, We are just so thrilled that Andrew and Travis and their families have become partners in the law firm. We're just thrilled about it. So
thanks, Karen.
I can't wait to actually see you in person one day to tell you so to your faces.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I guess we're over and out.
Thank
Well,
you.
don't you guys have any last words?
You okay? Last words. Travis, you go first.
Andrew, go ahead.
No, I said your name first.
Hags, you're it.
Yeah.
No, just that Andrew and I both are going to work together incredibly hard to carry on the tradition that the Paul started and that you and Brad have continued, that every partner has contributed to in terms of making the community a safer, better place and making our work environment very much like family. It truly is. Sometimes it's like Thanksgiving argument family, but it's incredibly loving, and the lack of turnover speaks to the wonderful environment that the firm has put forward, and we just look forward to kind of continuing that.
You know, we deal with really a lot of tragedy in our professional lives, and Karen and I have talked about this before, but there's just so many. If you're an empathetic or compassionate person, and which everyone should be in this field, you know, we deal with a lot of tragedy, and we help our clients and do everything we possibly can to lift them up at every stage as much as we can. But we also need to and like to have fun, and whether that's joy of helping people, or it's hanging out doing a Zoom video in the afternoon poking fun at each other, we're going to have fun. And because what we do can be fun, even though it's very, very serious for our clients. And that's something I really look forward to.
All right. You guys have the last word.
All right. We get the last word this once, Travis. What do you think?
I don't believe her.
You better take it.
I'm
I'm going to add it.
All right. Last word right now.